Jai Shri Ram. In the Yoga Vasishtam, the first chapter is named Rama Nirvedam, Sri Rama Nirvedam. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, you have Arjuna Vishada Yogam as the first chapter. Similarly, in the Yoga Vasishtam, you have Rama Nirvedam, which is actually a stage wherein Rama feels completely disheartened, disillusioned, and dejected because as a teenager he goes on a tour of the whole world, Bharatavarsham, and he finds people are sorrowing over so many things and life seems to be so painful. So Rama comes back and then he is in a very philosophical state of mind. Actually, he becomes extremely cynical. And then, of course, the rest of the story is Vishwamitra and Vashishta come along, and then Dasharatha is also there, and in the presence of all these three, Vishwamitra requests Vashishta to advise Rama, and so Vishwamitra teaches Rama about life and its deeper meaning and purpose, and that is Yoga Vasishtam, which is exactly similar to Krishna telling Arjuna about the Gita, and in which all these similar topics are there. So here in this Rama says a few things which I am going to read out to you now. Ayuhu Pallava Konagra Lambambu Kana Bhanguram. Ayuhu Pallava Konagra Lambambu Kana Bhanguram. Life is as transient as a drop of water dangling from the sharp tip of a blade of grass. Ayuhu Pallava Konagra Lambambu Kana Bhanguram. Yujyate Veshtanam Vayoh Akashasya Cha Khandanam Ghratanam Cha Taranganam Astha Nayushi Yujyate. It may be possible to encompass air, that means to enclose air, hold air, break the sky, or string together the waves, but you cannot live forever. You cannot stay here forever because life is so transient, so fugitive, so ephemeral. So, what Rama is lamenting actually, Rama is lamenting about this state. But eventually, Rama realizes and he tells us that even though it may be ephemeral, you must live by dharma and work to achieve moksha. So, Ayuhu Pallava Konagra Lambambu Kanabhanguram Yujjate Veshtanam Vayoh Akashasya Cha Khandanam Grathanam Cha Taranganam Astha Nayushi Yujjate. Next, he says something even more interesting. In English, what he is going to say is this: trees also live, so do animals and birds. He alone lives, whose mind is alive by reflection. Only those beings who use their mind to reflect deeply and ponder about the deeper meaning of life and the purpose of life, these are the only people who can be called noble. And because they can be called magnanimous and truly noble and Arya, because they will not come back again, they will not be having to be born again. The rest are all aged donkeys, aged asses. Now, what a wonderful thing, you see. So, please listen carefully. Taravopi hi jivanti mruga pakshinaha sajivati mano yasya mana nenaiva jivati jataha ta eva jagati jantavaha sadhu jivitaha ye punarneha jayante shesha jarata gardhabha. So let us not all become jarata gardhabas. Jarata gardhabha means old donkey. If you are not using your mind to understand or devote yourself to Rama or Krishna, because Rama and Krishna are the two sides of the same coin, the obverse and the reverse, the fulcra, Fulcra, fulcra is the plural of fulcrum. Rama was born at 12 noon, Krishna was born at 12 midnight. So we must imbibe the qualities, traits and teachings of both Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, and perhaps in this Kali Yuga we must be a little more tougher than Krishna also, because that's the message. You have to evolve, you have to continuously evolve. But the central principles of dharma have been taught by Sri Rama, and Sri Krishna. So don't become a Jarata Gardhaba. You will become a Jarata Gardhaba if you are wasting your time worshipping all kinds of other petty shopkeepers. Now, all the other gods are after all petty shopkeepers. Okay, so go to the source. Go to the source. Don't waste your time. And some Hindus are worse than this. They are going to graves and dargahs and offering chaddars. These idiots will come back and live miserable lives. And I don't know if they will get a human birth also. Next, Rama says something very interesting again, as usual, because whatever Rama and Krishna utter, you see, are so divine, so sublime. If you understand the meaning, then you are even more ecstatic. In fact, even if I don't understand, because the words are coming out of the lips of Rama or Krishna, it is pure music to me. It is even greater than the Vedas for that matter. Bharo Vivekinaha Shastram. Rama is saying the Shastras are a burden for one who has no sense of discrimination, who has no Vivekam, who is not using his mind to understand why we are born, why and how we should live our lives, who does not reflect on the deeper meaning of life and how to escape from this continuous cycle of birth and death. That is, the answer is very simple. Be Rama's agent. 1866 Bhagavad Gita. Completely become a prapanna. Work only for Krishna. Don't waste your time doing anything else. Krishna, think of Krishna all the time and work for Krishna. And if one does not understand this much using his discretion, all the Shastras are a mere burden for him. It is a barren intellectual acquisition. Knowledge is a burden for all the people who are passionately involved in running after sense pleasures, materialistic, people, money. They're running after money and luxury. So knowledge is a burden for them. Scriptures are a burden for people who don't have any sense of discrimination, and the mind itself is a burden who has no sense of peace, and the body is a burden for one who does not know his own Atma. If you don't know your own Atma, that's why Krishna says, Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmanah samstabhyatmanam atmanah jahishatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Krishna is repeatedly reminding us, you are not the body. You have acquired this body. You have acquired this body because of your past karma. You have got a human body, a good one, a healthy one, good parentage, good health, and so many other boons actually. You have actually acquired them by the dint of your own effort. But now make use of this opportunity. This human birth is so rare. Make use of it to achieve moksha. That's what Krishna is saying. You are not the body, damn it. Get over this obsession that you are the body. Bharo vivekinaha shastram. Bharo jnanancha raginaha. Ashantasya mano bharo. Bharo anatma vido vapuhu. Next, Rama says, under the influence of ego, all kinds of calamities will arise. And out of this very arrogant ego, all agony and anguish and angst, all these things are also the outcome of the obsession with the ego. And selfish desire, malicious desires, all these arise because of an uncontrolled ego. There is no enemy worse than your own selfish ego. Ahankara vashat apat, ahankarat duradhaya, ahankara vashat iha na ahankarat paro ripuhu, na ahankarat paro ripuhu. There is no enemy worse than ahankara. And then Rama says, your mind, the mind runs in vain from here and there, completely bamboozled, discombobulated, flummoxed, confused, perplexed, like a dog running from one distance to another greater distance in a village. Oh my God, look at the comparison. Itastascha suvyagram vyarthamevaabhi dhavati దూరాత్ దూరతరం చేతో గ్రామే కౌలేయకో యథా. సో కుక్కల్లాగా ఇటు నుంచి అటు నుంచి ఇటు అన్నీ పరిగెడుతూ ఉంటారు. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ గివ్ ఎనీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, యూ మస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండ్. అరే భగవద్గీత రాముణ్ణి వదిలేసి, నీ అంతరాత్మలో ఉన్న రాముణ్ణి వదిలేసి ఊళ్ళంతా తిరిగి తీర్థయాత్రలు చేశాను, ఇది చేశాను, గాడిద గుడ్డు అక్కడ దొరలేను, ఇక్కడ దొరలేను, అక్కడ చెద్దర్లు బొందలు ఈ బాబాలు ఇవన్నీ చేస్తే కుక్కలు చూడు పరిగెడుతూ ఉంటాయి ఈ మూల నుంచి ఆ మూల దాకా, రోడ్లు క్రాస్ చేసి దారిలో చచ్చిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. ఇంకా దారుణం మతం మార్పిడిలో చేస్తూ ఉంటారు చూడండి కుక్కలు. Dogs, why do dogs cross roads? I think they cross roads because there are better eating or mating prospects, and sometimes the dog die in the middle of the road because they get hit by some vehicle. సో మత మార్పిడి అవుతున్న వాళ్ళ పరిస్థితి కూడా ఇదేనండి. అవ్వకపోయినా రాముడిని కృష్ణుడిని వదిలేసి గీతను వదిలేసి ఇటు అటు పిచ్చి కుక్కల్లా పరిగెడుతున్నారు అని రాముడే అంటున్నాడు అయ్యా. కాకపోతే పిచ్చి అని అనలేదు, అది పిచ్చితో సమానమే కదా. ఇంకా చూడు రాముడు ఏమంటున్నాడంటే, బాగా ధనం సంపాదించావు, కొంతమంది ధనం కూడా బాగా సంపాదిస్తున్నారు, కానీ ఇదేమీ లాభం లేదు. ఎందుకంటే జల్లెడలో నీళ్లు పట్టడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేసే అంత వ్యర్థమైన పని. చూడండి కంపారిజన్ చూడండి. నా ప్రాప్నోతి క్వచిత్ కించిత్ ప్రాప్తైరపి మహాధనై. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యు అక్వైర్ ఎ లాట్ ఆఫ్ వెల్త్, దట్ ఈస్ యూజ్లెస్ if you are not seeking moksha. నా అంతః సంపూర్ణతామేతి కరండక ఇవాంబుభి. It is similar to acquiring a lot of wealth but not seeking moksha, and not using the human life to seek moksha is akin to trying to hold water in a wicker basket, in a jalleda, in a sieve. Okay. సో నా ప్రాప్నోతి క్వచిత్ కించిత్ ప్రాప్తైరపి మహాధనై నాంతః సంపూర్ణతామేపి కరండక ఇవాంబుభిః. Hey Ram. Rama finally says, restraining the mind is more difficult than drinking the ocean or uprooting the great Sumeru or even eating fire. So please, this much is sufficient. Here Rama has given you the entire essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Jai Shri Ram.